I love that
What's
intro.
up, guys? So do I. It's so great.
That's so that what happens is Jess will like work on an intro and she'll be like, "Do you like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're always so good that every time I see it, I'm like, "Damn, I love that intro." And I we like Jess and I did a show together called Spoiled Ham, where we like picked on Ken Ham and we covered videos that he made and how awful they were. It was before the ARC protest. We were trying to, you know, drive interest in Ken Ham being a dipshit. And the intro that she made for that, I think I showed it to you, but the intro that she made
Yeah.
for that was so fucking awesome. And I hate that I just have it
Mm-hmm.
sitting in a folder and can't use it. Like I'm tempted just to make the show by myself just so I can use that intro because it's so cool.
Do it.
It's awful. You
Yeah,
want to
she did.
make a show, and the show isn't the good part of it. It's the intro that you
Yeah.
want.
She did my Kip Academy video, which is like my favorite video ever. And then she did my Crafty Sirens intro and the Reasonably Crafty intros. Like they're awesome.
Yeah, Jess and I like we met under strange circumstances, and there was like some bullshit going on and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
at first, it wasn't even a like, oh, I can make things and help you. Like I was trying to figure out. I wanted to leave Streamyard because I had paid for a year of Streamyard, and when that ended, they had like doubled the price, and so it
Yeah.
was gonna cost me for the basic version of StreamYard like $50 a month or something, and that's what we pay here for Pro, and you and I split that, so it's like
Yeah.
it's and that's the cool. I don't know why more creators don't do this to where they just kick in together and pay for something like this because you could be
Mm,
streaming from this at the same time as me and it wouldn't cause any problems whatsoever.
yeah.
And I mean, it works out good, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah, I love
uh,
it.
Lil
They're
and I
pretty
are
cool.
sitting here having a conversation. We're like, the stream started. Fuck it, let's talk. But hey, what's up, everybody out there in chat? Whether you're here on YouTube or Facebook, welcome. This is Politicality. We, talk about the news from a atheist slash secular perspective, and I mean, I guess we do because we're atheists, but it's more of a just we cover the things the way we want to cover them, and we pick it and we talk about it and whatever. We also take some recommendations from you guys. And speaking of you guys, we got right-handed Sith out there in the chat.
Hmm.
Greetings, schemers, dreamers, and blasphemers. Ambushed apostate, what's up, Seth?
What's up, Seth?
Ascalon, Lil, Seth, Lil, right-handed Sith, Clara, what's up? Joe, what's happening, man? Uh, Not me this time. Mage Grey Wolf, how you doing? Ember,
Hmm.
hey everybody. So, yeah, welcome to another show. We let me start by saying, not necessarily. I guess I should apologize. I don't know if it needs to be an apology or not, but last week I was just kind of off. Like I just wasn't. I don't know what the deal was. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't spit out my words. So there was a lot of just talking in circles and forgetting what I was talking about, and just there. I really had a plan of some really great things to talk about, and I did none of that. And so Lil kind of carried it last week, and don't get me wrong, the show was great. Cynthia McDonald is one of my very favorite
Oh
people to
yeah.
talk to, and if anything, I feel bad that I wasn't on my best game to talk to her because she's one of my favorite people to talk to. Um, Cynthia gets me, and I get her. Like we're on the same page of a lot of things, and it's just it's quite the interesting thing whenever we sit down and just talk. Anyway,
Hmm.
what's up, Jester? Dr. Kip Davis is here. How you doing, Kip?
Yeah, like everybody's here.
Dr. Kip Davis, the human. Uh,
The human, the dog is around here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where she is. She's around here somewhere though.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I know that you guys don't feel like I need to apologize, and I probably it's not really an apology, just like
Mm-hmm.
just that so you know, wasn't my best work. We've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. Plenty to talk about. Lots of things going on. We've added a Sunday show. We're also now streaming to the Kentucky Atheist Facebook page. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
over there, if anybody's watching over on Facebook, say hi. I don't think the counter counts it because there were people there last week and it didn't show it. Um, Before we get too far into things, here's this week's poll. Do you think the DOJ has violated the Epstein Files Transparency Act? Hashtag A for yes, hashtag B for no, hashtag C, the Dow is above 50,000. You can enter those in chat, hashtag and a capital A, B, or C. Or you can click, oh, I didn't post the link. Just use the hashtags. You don't need both, do you? Um, oh, okay, I see. I was like, what's going on here?
By the way, I apologize in advance. Like my internet's been a little wonky over the last like 12 hours, so I might just disappear for a few minutes. But I say it's because the Dow's over 5,000. There's Kip.
If you disappear for a few minutes, I'm just going to stare blankly into the camera until you come back. Uh, you know, but yeah. Going back over, I see people voting. Let's see if it's registering all your votes. It takes a second, but there they go. Yeah. All right. Keep those votes coming in. We'll check in on that later, and we'll close it out at the end of the show tonight or today. It's not night. That tells you something about my sleeping schedule, I think.
Just a little bit.
uh, yeah. So yeah, my connection looks bad. I don't know why I've got a delay for some reason today, and the more I move around and do things, the worse it gets. So let's just go ahead and switch on over to this and get into things. That way you don't have to. And in fact, I'll just kill my camera. That way I don't end up roboting. And so, all right. The first thing, and because this kind of affects us, and I imagine, hey, Lil, we made our first list.
Mm-hmm.
But big tech
Oh, I was
confirms
already on.
DHS.
Yeah, I was definitely already on the list just because of my work with Kyle. So
Oh, I
I
mean,
just
I
assume I'm
imagine I
already
was
there.
too. I imagine I was too. Big tech confirms DHS subpoenas Meta and Google users targeted over anti-ICE posts. It goes a bit further though, and just so you know, the link to this article is in the description along with everything else that we look at today. I try to always put the source video links in the description for you guys in case you want to go look at any of the stuff or share it or whatever you want to do. Anyway, the article says, though, Google, Meta, and Reddit now acknowledge that they have complied with Department of Homeland Security subpoenas seeking to identify users who have denounced immigration and customs enforcement. Hundreds of administrative subpoenas issued by DHS, not judges, reportedly have been served to major tech companies as DHS attempts to crack down on critics of ICE deployments in cities nationwide. The subpoenas, once reserved for dealing with time-sensitive crises like child abductions, appear to be aimed at unmasking account holders who have criticized ICE or pointed out locations where ICE agents are stationed. At least one of the corporations cooperating with the DHS crackdown says it's notified relevant users and given them 2 weeks to fight the subpoena in court before the company releases their anti-ICE missives and posts. Um, so yeah, that sucks, right? And it you got to think about
Yeah,
this in a little bit of a bigger picture. It's not just that they're releasing, like, oh, you made a post and they see that post. No, they're releasing your personal information to them, is what they're doing.
yeah.
And they're getting all of your data and everything. They're releasing everything about you to the government so that they can censor people's freedom of speech.
And can I just say for the record, fuck ICE.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck ICE.
sorry, but yeah, fuck ICE.
Here you go, ICE. Put me on that list. And yeah, I mean, our government is currently targeting anybody who
hmm
doesn't agree with them. Meanwhile, you have a group of pedophiles running everything.
Oh, don't
And
forget the anti-Christian bias.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought that
with
was crazy. In that executive order, well, it wasn't an executive order. It was some kind of order that Trump signed that was like,
yeah.
anybody who is anti-Republican or talks about anti-Christian ideals, or and it
Oh
was all
yeah,
these big broad things. And fuck Christianity too, Trump, and fuck you.
yeah.
Um,
Fuck religion in general.
you have to build me my own concentration camp, bitch. Uh, but yeah, so pretty crazy that they're doing that. And
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I can't believe that. I understand that they didn't go to a judge to get the subpoenas, but I think it's
hmm
crazy that the federal courts haven't halted this already, because it's clearly meant to
Yeah,
suppress free speech. It's meant to intimidate people into not talking about the government or ICE or
yeah.
Trump.
I mean, it's one of those things with studying fascism and authoritarianism. As long as I have, like anybody who thinks that this is not fascist and this is not authoritarianism, like I'm sorry, but go read a history book. Seriously, like you need some serious history education if you think that is not the case.
Yeah, maybe we need to do like a little mini show and just describe fascism, like lay out all the things that point to fascist ideology, all the checklists that you have to fill to be
hmm
considered a fascist, like the ultra nationalism and the suppression of people who would speak against you, and jailing your political opponents. And I mean, those are all things that help you to identify fascism. And I know a lot of times you have, especially in this community, we'll refer to people on the right as Nazis or whatever, or the administration as Nazis because they're
hmm
fascists, and the other fascists in history are the Nazis. I mean, famously, there's other people that were fascists though, and
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's probably not great to, at least if you have a platform and you're trying to be serious about things, it's probably not great to use the word Nazi, because
hmm
it's not because it
And
doesn't fit what they're doing, just it causes confusion,
yeah,
and it's unnecessarily hyperbolic. Um, they're fascists, though. That much is true.
yeah. I mean, I'm not quite as like I'm not quite as reserved about using the term Nazi for them because what they are doing is pretty much exactly how the Nazi shit ramped up. Um, Most people who know the history with it, like they tend to know like the last half of the history. They don't necessarily know exactly how everything got started, and we're definitely in the beginning stages of that.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. No, we followed step by step what happened in
oh yeah,
1930s Germany. The
mm-hmm.
and it's not that I'm not against calling them Nazis. That's not what I mean.
Yeah,
In fact, you can find me calling them Nazis over and over and over. And if you go to my Facebook, I do it almost daily.
oh yeah.
I'm just
It's just
like,
yeah, I get it because it you say Nazi, and with most people, it tends to be a gut reaction of oh they're not that bad. And like I understand where that gut reaction comes from, but at the same time it's like no, you need to understand what they're doing.
Well, I think it just all depends on what your goal is. Because like whenever we're hanging out with our friends or doing a stream here where it's mostly, people we all talk to in this community.
Mm-hmm.
When I call them Nazis, they understand what I mean and everything. If I'm trying to have a conversation with somebody that disagrees with me and I start with calling them Nazis, we end up hung up on that and having to have that whole conversation about no, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think you're a literal Nazi because this isn't 1930s Germany. But the you're not part of the Nazi party and blah blah blah. It's because you're a fascist, and we know Nazis are the famous fascists and blah. Just having to explain that is why
Yeah.
I say it. But I think it's. I mean, they are fascists though.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that they are absolutely fascist. Like that's not even a question anymore. Like
yeah,
they fit into that category
yeah,
right in dead center.
yeah.
So
All right, so I see that we've had a few more people joining chat. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and go over to Lil's channel and do the same. You guys over on Lil's, come over here, subscribe. That'd be cool. I'd appreciate it. If not, I mean, I won't call you a Nazi. But
mm-hmm.
all right. So what I got next is recent news, something that's we're keeping an eye on right now, and we seem to be sending a lot of troops over towards Iran. Let's watch the news
Mm-hmm.
report on this, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
We turn now to the Middle East and the breaking news tonight. A potential military strike on Iran could happen as soon as Saturday, according to top national security officials. President Trump has already positioned U.S. warships and fighter jets in the region as nuclear talks continue with Iran. Senior White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe has the latest. Ed, good evening. What are you hearing?
Tony, sources tell CBS News the president hasn't yet made a final decision on whether to strike. Conversations about potential military action are described as fluid and ongoing as the White House weighs the political and military risks of escalation. The president has said he would consider strikes if Iran doesn't agree to curb its nuclear weapons program. The Pentagon is moving some personnel temporarily out of the Middle East region over the next 3 days. They're headed primarily to Europe or back here to the U.S. ahead of any potential action or counterattacks by Iran.
All right, and Ed, you mentioned the military assets. What kind of assets are being sent there?
Well, there are usually at least 30 to 40,000 U.S. troops in the region. There are at least 11 warships right now, including the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier in the region. A second carrier group led by the USS Gerald Ford, plus 3 other ships is en route. 50 U.S. aircraft flew into the region just today. One potential military target is Iran's ballistic missile sites. The Israelis have been raising concerns about the increased development of Iran's missile program since a late December meeting with President Trump. He told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at that meeting he would support Israeli strikes on Iran's ballistic missiles if a nuclear deal can't be reached. Tony?
All right, Ed, thank you very much.
So, what happened to we set Iran's nuclear program back years? What happened to that? We obliterated it last. The Trump administration said, but let me just say real quick, I hate mainstream media. I really hate how they covered this because they didn't actually cover the truth of what's going on here at all.
Yeah.
What's being demanded isn't about Iran's nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They're demanding that Iran completely dismantle its nuclear infrastructure so that they want it to have zero enrichment. Iran has nuclear power; they can't do that, and they also they want to prevent them from having nuclear weapons, but they also want to terminate their ballistic missile program and leave them defenseless.
Yeah.
While Israel bombs the shit out of them.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're asking for, and Iran
Mm-hmm.
cannot comply with that. There's no way. So they've set it up to where they are going to attack Iran, in my opinion.
Can I say something real quick
Yeah,
about something in
that's why
chat?
we're here.
Yeah. Okay. Let me point something out real quick. Let me find it on.
Is this chat? Are you arguing with chat?
Yeah, I'm arguing with chat because I actually have a inside track on something that was said about with where it says my favorite is when Walls antagonize Ice with and in the Jewish History Museum came out to say shut the fuck up. For first off, I am a historian. I do deal with that. That has been completely taken over by Trump. So fuck the hell off, dude. They do not represent the vast majority of Holocaust scholars. They do not represent the vast majority of the Jewish population, especially in the US, and they had no fucking right to say that, and it was an absolute fucking disgrace. So go fuck yourself. I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody comes after my career like that, and it's like it's no surprise. Like the U.S. Holocaust Museum, I'm very happy that I got to see it before it got taken over by Trump acolytes, but it is
Yeah.
not the same that it was.
I went to the Holocaust Museum back in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, while they shut it down for an hour while I was there because a dog found a crack pop in a garbage can. But um, yeah, the Holocaust Museum was one of the coolest places I visited in DC. All of the Smithsonian stuff, for that matter, was amazing. The Dr. Kip, you're gonna have to calm it down. I'm just joking. The
Oh, my Dr. Kip.
The Aerospace and Aeronautical Museum might have been my favorite, though. That was really
I,
cool.
I love the Holocaust Museum. It was fantastic. I went in 2003. Yeah, 2003, and like I've been wanting to go over there for years. I just never had a chance to get to. Um, Good God, Kip. I just never had a chance to get over there, over to DC. But
Right-handed Sith. Lil, I think you were a bit ambiguous. Can you tell us how you really feel?
let me be clear. It's Zionists that love Trump.
Right, right.
They're not the same thing. Like you can't equate the two. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't even see that other fight going on. I don't know what's going on with that. But are you causing trouble again, Kip? Dr. Kip? Uh, anyway, Maya said that Jews voted
Clarify which
against
Kip.
Jews voted against Trump in higher numbers than any group other than black women. Yeah. Uh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at things there, but yeah, they have sent just in the last 24 hours, on top of the forces that they've already sent over there, they added another 50 fighter jets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that was whether it was aimed at Joseph or not. It was a good point. I mean,
Yeah, it
it
was.
was worth pointing out, Maya. The But yeah, they've sent tons of forces over there, and they're obviously preparing to strike. They think it'll happen by this weekend. I think it happens, maybe sooner than that.
Mm-hmm.
In the next 24 to 48 hours would be my guess. Depends on when the Fitzgerald gets there, or is it the Gerald Ford? Depends on when it gets there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those that I absolutely think that he's gunning for Iran, but
Yeah,
it's important to remember that even some of the biggest warmongers in like Bush's cabinet were like, you do not want to go to war with Iran. Like they are, it is not going to be like Iraq. It's not. It's going to be a hell of a lot worse. But like they thought Iraq was going to be easy. It wasn't. But what they were thinking in like 2003, 2004, they were like, yeah, that's a bad idea. And
yeah.
he has no fucking idea what he's doing if he tries to do that. Because it's literally going to be us and Israel, and that's it. And we are, I mean, we're already the villains in most of the world's story at this point, especially with this administration. Like, that just solidifies us as being just horrific. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, Trump does like to taco. So,
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, the Trump wants to pass this off as just something that's going to last for a few days or maybe weeks, and that we're just going to go in and crush Iran, and that's just not going to happen. Now they may do some specific targeted strikes or whatever, but causing a war with Iran will just be a long term, many years of war. We'll have troops back in the Middle East for another 20 years over this, and but he has to say that it's going to be a brief thing because his base and most Americans, the vast majority of Americans, don't want us involved in foreign wars anymore. Like, stop going to war with everybody. And just to what Trump is trying to distract from is this next clip. And this is from Rachel Maddow, but she goes over several different polls from both sides of the aisle that talk about Trump's approval rating. We had a little bit of an argument about this last week about who approves of Trump and who doesn't, and this will definitively end that conversation as well. So
the latest NBC News polling says a big majority of the country somewhat or strongly disapproves of Trump's actions on border security and immigration. It's 20 points underwater on that. 60% of the country somewhat or strongly disapproving. An even bigger majority of the country says that they want ICE to be reformed or abolished. In that same NBC poll, Trump's approval rating is 22 points underwater.
Worst in history.
That's terrible.
Yes.
That is terrible.
The only person close to this that comes in second to Trump is Trump in his first administration.
Yeah, Nixon comes close, but that was only after Watergate.
Yeah.
But I mean, even Nixon is not that bad.
Well, I mean, by any metric that you want to look at Trump's last term or this one, Trump is the worst president in U.S. history, and now the American people think so also, overwhelmingly.
But even at approval levels that bad, that low, Americans' approval of ICE in that poll is even lower than their approval of Trump, which shows that as spectacularly unpopular and reviled as Trump is right now, his favorite issue, his pet issue of being cruel to immigrants is actually an anchor on his own poll numbers. It's actually bringing him down further. There's starting to be a question as to how far down he can go. In the Yahoo YouGov poll, they've got Trump's approval 20 points underwater. Quinnipiac has him 19 points underwater. With independents in the Quinnipiac poll, that number drops way further. He's 27 points underwater with independents in the Quinnipiac poll.
Yeah, like, the interesting thing is, like, the interesting thing is this is completely tied to his approval rating. And I heard there is a former Republican strategist that said that once his approval rating hits about 35, shit is going to completely fall apart with him, which it already is. But, like, it's going to be really, really hard for him not to have a full scale revolt at that point. Especially once, like, the primaries get done and the Republicans who are running do not need his ass to, like, he's actually dragging them down. So as soon as the primaries are done, like, I think half of the party's going to completely ditch him. So we'll see how that goes.
I don't know what's going on in chat with. Let me just say, I've seen, and now I don't know if this is still the issue, and I hate to even break what I'm talking about to get into this. But Bree, I have no desire to interact with anyone who thinks it's okay to threaten me for telling the truth. I know that
Yeah.
further back in chat, you and Robin were talking. And just to be clear, Robin was one of the first people I talked to about that and unequivocally said that it wasn't okay. So just
Yeah.
so you know. And I can
I mean,
show that later if need be to you. But I think there's a misunderstanding going on. I don't want to see you guys fighting. I'm not getting on your ass or whatever. If
and
there's somebody that has, if I'm missing the point here or whatever, just tell me later. Let me know what's going on. If there's something I need to look into or do or whatever, you guys know that I will. But yeah. Anyway, back to this.
since you comment on it, I kind of have to. I think Bree's completely in the right here, but that's me.
Who is she talking to?
Yeah, she's talking to Robin.
Has Robin said differently? Because
Um,
I know that Robin
there's been
was
some it's.
there's some
I don't
things I
think
don't know about.
it's not well. It's not necessarily. I don't think it's cool to try to both sides it with people who have threatened other people.
I see.
And that's where I'll
I
leave it
see.
at. But
I see.
this is not the show for that.
Okay. Okay. There's things I don't know about. We'll just leave it at that for now. The all right. So, Trump is by far the worst president in history. Has the worst numbers in history, and going to war with Iran is going to continue to make that worse. Um, the uh, the Trump, I think, is trying to distract from how bad his numbers are as we're getting closer to an election. But what he's doing is just going to make things worse because it's Trump. And again, as I always say, it's only their will to do evil that gets, it's only their incompetence that outweighs their will to do evil. So anyway, there's more though. Let's go on and talk about Trump's broken promises and all the things that he said he was going to do that he hasn't.
A 10% cap on credit card interest. Remember that? Yeah, that it turns out is not happening. A rebate check for you from all the tariff money. Yeah, it turns out that is not happening either. Just like you're also not getting a rebate check from all the Doge money. That's not happening either. 50-year mortgages. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Trump's going to decertify all the planes made in Canada. Okay, yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening either. ICE is going to be all over the Super Bowl. Remember when they announced that over and over again? Yeah, that we just had the Super Bowl. That didn't happen.
Yeah. So, not only does everybody think Trump sucks, but he also sucks and hasn't done any of the things he said he would do. Big surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've said, one of the major problems with Trump, and especially this regime that they're doing, is they are going too hard, too fast, and everybody's like, "Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this." If they would have moved slower, they would have been able to get their shit together. Like they would have been able to do it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's just absurd. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So those of you that the atheist community folks here, you can see on screen here. I'm sure you're familiar with who that gray suited feller is there, and this was just when we're talking about just how awful this administration is about things.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
This guy's
but let's play this and then I'll comment more on it. This isn't long. This is a quick clip.
Try to add to it. I just want to, first of all, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership, for your mentorship, for the things you've started, the truth you've told, your willingness to be bold. It's the type of thing that we're trying to exercise here, too, with the monthly worship service.
So
many things wrong with that.
So let's talk about what Doug Wilson's truth is. And for those of you that don't know, this is Doug Wilson. Doug Wilson is a Christian nationalist, self-identifies as a Christian nationalist, and an incredible misogynist, bigot, xenophobic asshole. He checks the boxes for all of those things as well. And so...
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, I'll just say this about, I'm not going to say anything actually right now. I'll deal with this later. All right. Here we go with Doug Wilson being the piece of shit that he is.
Kind of people that people come out of.
Hold on. Let's rewind that because you missed the first word. Because Doug is a well-known misogynist. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just...
That's right. Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
think they're meant to have babies. That's it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically.
Oh,
the wife and mother,
off.
who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here.
I would like to see this fucker try and produce a human in 9 months. Try it, bitch. Try it.
Well, that's like saying it takes no talent to reproduce. It's not a talent-oriented thing, first of all. Like, it's not... I mean, I guess, like, the 25 kids and counting perverts, I guess, like, they, might have, like, been talented at having kids, I guess, but like, biological reproduction is not a talent, to begin with, and it's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
But he's just saying this to hate on women because,
like, like, I'm sorry, but, like, who the fuck thinks like that?
Someone with a very small penis.
Yeah.
That's Doug Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he knows. That's how he, quote unquote, knows it takes no talent.
Well, okay. So Doug Wilson, and he gets into this a little bit, but just to explain, Doug Wilson thinks that women, their only job is to have babies and raise babies. Now, he is okay with some women. He doesn't, I guess he gets to choose which ones are capable of working too. But women are to have no say in the church. He thinks that women shouldn't have the right to vote, that men should vote for women. But here, we'll let them talk about it a little bit more here.
And I'm a mom of 3.
Good for you.
Is that an issue?
No. No, it's not automatically an issue.
Christchurch senior pastor Doug Wilson is the leader of a Christian nationalist movement that believes in a patriarchal society where men are dominant and women are expected to submit to their husbands. Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. And Wilson, a veteran himself, is unapologetic about his view that women shouldn't be in certain leadership or combat roles.
Looking at the leadership page for Christchurch, It's all men. Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible. Women do lead all the time.
Progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining in power. He has hundreds of churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson's highest level connection to the administration is Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're standing on the shoulders of a generation later, the Doug Wilsons and the others.
So this is just more of like Christians being extreme with whatever individual thing they've decided to cherry pick out of the Bible to be literal about. You know, they pick and choose what they want to be literal about. You have people like Joseph, you know, a creationist fundamentalist who wants to choose certain things that, we gotta, all of this in the Old Testament's literal, but we don't pay any attention to this other part, and we do this. It's a thing, and it's why we have 40,000 denominations of Christianity. But the more troubling thing here is that Pete Hegseth has buddied up with Doug Wilson and wants to use those ideals and apply it to the Department of Defense and the military, which is more than problematic.
Saying it's problematic, I think, is a bit of an understatement.
Oh, no, for sure. I just, you know, that's...
No, like, I mean, it's just...
I was looking for you to expand on it, woman.
Yeah, like... like, yeah, I mean, they're trying to do this in the military, but the thing is like, they're doing this... The military just happens to be the most fucking obvious place that they're trying to do this in. Because, like, there's obviously rules on... Like, part of the thing about signing up in the military is, like, there's certain, like, current officers can't really comment on, like, politics and shit. So, a really good place to start all this shit is in the military, but it is being quietly rolled out across the entire government. Like, it's fucking bonkers. This is just the most public part of it.
Well, I mean, I think it's correct. You have Pete Hegseth that has adopted this particular type of fundamentalist extremism. And then you have like Mike Johnson, who very much is a young earth creationist, which is a different kind of fundamental extremism. It's hard to... It's easy to not think about this, especially right now when we know they're all pedophiles anyway. And it's like, how do you... You can believe whatever you want. Anybody can. And I don't care. I don't give a shit what you believe out there. I think that you can believe anything you want. But there may be consequences to practicing that belief, right?
Yeah,
and,
like, my whole thing is, like, I don't give a shit what you believe, but you keep it the hell away from my kids and you keep it the hell away from me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my thing. Just don't try to tell my kids they gotta, you know, respect your stupid beliefs. Like, don't post the 10 Commandments in my kid's classroom and then tell me they don't have to look at it. Like, because that's bullshit, right?
Yeah, exactly. That one thing on that is obvious. People probably know that Texas passed a law with it, and it's like in the courts and shit. One of the awesome things, though, that a lot of teachers have done is like, yeah, they have the poster up because they have to, but they have like surrounded it with like other shit. So it's just like it kind of gets lost in all this stuff. Like, I saw one where there's the 10 Commandments, but it's surrounded by like tenets of like all the other religions and like humanist principles and all this other stuff. And it's just like, yeah, like you sit there and try to force this stuff down people's throats. Even people who are religious are still going to be like, no, you're not going to do this. And this is a problem with Christian nationalism, is if you are not their specific brand of Christianity, it's going to be a problem.
Well, they say you're not a Christian then, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. If you don't believe exactly like I do, you're not a Christian. You're not practicing right. You're just, you know, whatever. In fact, I had a whole conversation over on Proverbs, guys, yesterday with Achilles and Dan that Dan wasn't really talking, but Achilles was like, I was telling Achilles, like, yeah, I used to believe and went to church every week and and was raised young earth creationist and got saved and really believed all of that stuff and changed my life accordingly and all that stuff. And then at some point I just realized it was bullshit. And you know, his thing was, well, you didn't really believe the right way, or you
Mm-hmm.
do the wrong thing, and that's not. And it's always this no true Scotsman thing with people who believe differently than whatever particular flavor you're talking to at the moment. You know, everybody hates the Catholics, everybody hates the Mormons, the Southern Baptists are crazy, the Pentecostals are playing with the snakes. Like there's you know, everybody's always got something to say about every other denomination because they don't
Yeah.
believe the same way they do. And you know, I don't. Just as we say, like, I don't believe all those other religions the same as you. I just go one religion further. It's the same with denominations. I
Yeah.
don't believe any of those denominations. I just believe one less than you do. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah. But also to the chat, like I was just joking about the Doug Wilson Tool thing. Like it was a joke. I didn't really care about what he's
Yeah.
packing. Like, yeah, I don't care. He's a piece of shit. Like, but
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
on Doug Wilson, though, I will say this. Those aren't the only bad ideas that Doug Wilson holds. He has a lot of others, and I think you can catch Lil and Seth talking about that here soon over on Seth's
Oh
channel.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Ambushed Apostate, go over there and
I
subscribe
actually I think
and watch
we're
over
doing it
there.
on both of our channels. So we'll
Well,
figure
there you
out
go.
yeah, we don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but we're definitely discussing him soon.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, so what do we got next here? We're flying through these. I thought I had enough for the whole show, and we're going to run out of clips. But I mean, there's a little bit to talk about with this one, I guess, because whenever let's go back to the other thing real quick before we move on. So, whenever we talk about having problems with like Christianity and fundamentalism and all that stuff, and I say I don't care what you believe. The reason, though, that we spend so much time talking about this and
Hmm.
debunking the bad ideas of creationism and the bad philosophy of theism in general, uh, the the reason that we do that is because whenever these things infect government and people who are in power, like Pete Hegseth, now we have Pete Hegseth making
Hmm.
decisions based on a crazy right wing religion, right? And so that's where it becomes problematic whenever we have people in power making decisions and carrying things out based on religion. Pete Hegseth, any other Secretary of State would lose their job over what Pete Hegseth just did, because you're not allowed to go and say, oh yeah, I'm going to use these extreme religious ideas in order to control how I run the Department of Defense. And it's why he's tried to take women out of combat and make it to where women can't physically qualify for certain positions within the Army.
Hmm.
That's the whole, they're trying to take this religious ideology and use it to discriminate against women, which is gross. All right.
Yeah. Like I've never fully understood the misogyny because like what the fuck are men going to do without women? Seriously. Like I know men who are I know plenty of men who do just fine, and I also know plenty of men who are completely fucking useless too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm useless.
so yeah, like I mean, like it's a team effort. Like holy shit, like you are not the men are not like the pinnacle of like humankind. Like holy shit, it's a team effort. God damn it.
Hmm. I will say this. I'm really not responding to you much, Joseph, today, but I'll say this. I don't hold any extreme religious ideology, so I don't know how that applies. I hold the position that I don't believe you. That's it. And we can go a step further and have that conversation, but that's a whole different talk. But first, before we can talk about anything, you have to explain to me why you support pedophiles, and then we can talk. But yeah. All right. Now that we're making friends everywhere.
Hi, George. Yes, extraordinary news out of the UK this morning. The former Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, has this morning been arrested on the Sandringham estate where he was living after having been removed, of course, from the home he was living in Windsor. The Thames Valley Police, the police here in the UK, put out a statement. They haven't named him specifically, but they are saying a man in his 60s has been arrested. As part of the investigation, they say we have today arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office and are carrying out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk. They say the man remains in police custody at this time. They are not, like I say, naming Andrew, but we know that it is him. This pertains to emails, we believe, that were published recently in the most recent Epstein files published by the Department of Justice, which seem to suggest, they allege that Andrew was forwarding emails to Jeffrey Epstein whilst he was trade envoy here in the UK. Now,
so, first of all, lock these bitches up. Lock all of them up. It is sad that we see in other countries they are holding people accountable for some of their actions.
Oh, it's infuriating.
But we can't do it here.
It is so infuriating.
Yeah. We can't do it here because, we've elected an authoritarian government that doesn't hold itself accountable for anything. We would have to have the Department of Justice prosecute itself and prosecute Kash Patel for perjury and prosecute Lutnick and Trump and RFK and the list goes on, obviously. All of these people are implicated in some really horrible ways, and they've tried to cover it up. They've perjured themselves. They've lied about it. And it's not a new thing. We went over this. It spans multiple administrations. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care which party you're from. If you've helped to protect pedophiles, if you've covered this up, if you've perjured yourself, or if you have committed crimes within these files, awful acts against children and human trafficking, and a lot of other very strange, odd, awful stuff. If you've done those things, you deserve to be locked up. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. I don't care if it's every Democrat that is in existence. Lock all of them up.
That's the thing that's been so infuriating about this is I've seen before the files were released, and they're like, "Well, what if your favorite politician was in there?" First off, I don't have a favorite politician. Two, I don't give a fuck who it is. Lock them up.
Yeah.
And the icing on the cake on this whole thing with Prince Andrew is today is his fucking birthday. I fucking love that. That's the cherry on top.
Let's all pause for a minute. Chat, could we get a happy birthday, Andrew, in there? He got a set of handcuffs for his birthday.
And not the fun kind.
Yeah, and Robin's actually correct. Stephen and Achilles over on Proverbs, guys, they're Hovind followers, but they're very anti-Trump. They agree with everything I just said. They agree with that. Lock all these motherfuckers up. But I don't understand how Andrew got arrested. Isn't the British stock market up? That's great misinterpretations.
That's awesome.
By the way, hit me up and come on and do a political show with us. I know we talked about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
We'll get you scheduled.
I will be on her channel next Tuesday. So gives you something to watch other than State of the Union. So yeah, that will be awesome. And damn it, I completely forgot what I was good. No, I did forget. God damn it. I'll think of it eventually.
Do they have smoking gun evidence on the prince or?
I'm not sure. From what I understand, okay, and this is just based on 2 or 3 news stories I saw on it this morning, is that it's based on the possibility that he gave Epstein state secrets, like because if you
Okay.
know if you see investigations like this, sometimes they'll get somebody on the quote unquote easiest charge to prove. That's
Yeah.
just like duh. Um, but somebody who was from who grew up in Britain and grew up in London and all this said like you do not understand how crazy unusual this is. um like the last person that got in trouble is like Princess Anne because she had like a dangerous dog, and I think it was like 2005, or it was a while back. But for a member of the royal family to be arrested and prosecuted like this, it just
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
So
Like it just doesn't happen. So this
so
is
I
a
don't think it's a coincidence that he was stripped of his title and moved out of
oh no.
the Windsor, because I don't think it's a coincidence that they did that right before this. Um, Now, my understanding is, at least with these charges, is in the Epstein files, there are actual emails from Prince Andrew to Jeffrey Epstein about what he was doing when he was traveling, doing relations for the UK. And it's not that those emails contained classified information. It's just that those were government things that and there's a process, and he was sharing that information with Jeffrey Epstein, and that is illegal, and that's why he's arrested. Now, like Lil said, though, that's just the reason to get the cuffs on him and get him arrested and get him talking. Um, the There's lots more things that implicate Andrew, and there's also like within the files, there's allegations that even after, and some of this took place after Jeffrey Epstein was already charged and convicted as a pedophile. So there's there's like there's some of this stuff that shows like he had women, Jeffrey Epstein had women sent to him in the UK as late as 2010, 2011. There's and again, this is another person that said that he had ended his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein before he was convicted of crimes. But what we see is that he was in close contact with him afterwards. Now, one more thing, and I'll let you talk, Lil. Uh, the For me, this goes to the ties to intelligence agencies. Why is he sending these emails, which are, not really of any use to Jeffrey Epstein? Why would he be forwarding government emails to Jeffrey Epstein to let him know what he's doing in these other countries? Why would that be something that Epstein needs to know about? And I think this goes back to his ties to these intelligence agencies. And it's, I think there's a real big picture here that we haven't quite seen all of yet, of what role Jeffrey Epstein played. But this is also kind of like the CIA is kind of known for these honeypot things, right? Where
Yeah.
they set up these powerful people with a woman, and they get them committing adultery or get him with an underage girl,
Yeah.
and then they have dirt on that person, and
I
then they blackmail them.
I think the only thing that Ludnick ever said about Epstein that was true is that he was a king of blackmail. Because he had blackmail on freaking everybody. Like, that's the only way he could have pulled all this off.
Yeah.
You know, and
Joseph,
yeah,
I don't
he's
know
known
what
for
your
his
problem is,
contacts.
man. So he's arrested for mishandling documents, spy type treason, yada yada. Why do you think that's not a big deal? Why are you like why are you why are you like apologizing for people that are like knowingly interacting with a pedophile and sharing government information? Like, why are you apologizing for those things? Are you a
Keep in mind,
pedophile lover, Joe? Are
keep in
you
mind,
do you want to be friends with pedophiles, Joseph? Is that what's going on? Do you love
keep in
pedophiles?
mind, there's quite a few pictures of Prince Andrew with young girls.
Yeah, and there's also allegations that he tortured them, and girls that ended up murdered. And I'm just fucking with you, Joseph. I think you're being kind of shitty, but I'm just fucking with you about the pedophile thing. Yeah, kind of.
I would say very, but okay.
But yeah. They go on to talk about a little bit. He talks about the specifics of it a little bit more of what they know. They obviously don't know everything because they're trying to keep this kind of quiet. But I think you're right, Lil, that they plan to they've arrested him on this, and they have to be looking into the torture and murder stuff.
Now, as a public official, that is misconduct. That is what the police are alleging. That's the charges that they presumably are bringing to him if they
let me let that part play again.
Whilst he was trade envoy here in the UK. Now, as a public official, that is misconduct.
He was
that
sharing
is what the
emails
police
while he
are
was
alleging.
trade
That's
envoy.
the charges that they presumably are bringing to him if they do indeed charge him. He is under arrest and remains in custody for that. We will wait and see what further details they are yet to give us. But, as trade envoy, he spent more than 10 years traveling around the world on behalf of the British government to kind of foment relationships with other countries to better Britain's kind of economic outlook, if you like. That was seen as a member of the royal family could do this. His status would provide Britain with that kind of heft on the world stage. But the emails from the Department of Justice suggest that when he was in these conversations in places like Singapore, Hong Kong, I've got a list here in front of me of other countries that he went to, he would then have these kind of confidential documents in these emails, and then it looks like he was forwarding them on to Jeffrey Epstein, another one here from Vietnam, another from China. So if you look at the date on some of these emails as well, that is what is interesting. One of them here in front of me from 2010. Of course, that's well after Jeffrey Epstein had already faced charges for soliciting sex from a minor. So that goes to the heart of this entire issue around Andrew and Epstein. The relationship that he had with that convicted sex offender went far beyond the time which he said that he had broken all contact with him.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when someone will get arrested on gun charges or something, when they're absolutely certain or pretty sure that they committed an armed robbery, but they just don't have all the evidence yet, but they can hold them on the gun charges.
Yeah, right.
So
I don't know why that always plays like the first second every time I load it. Do you hear that when it does it?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know why it does that.
I don't know if anybody else does.
Yeah. I wonder
just be
that.
a studio
I imagine they do. I mean, it's but yeah, so it's great that these other countries are holding people accountable that clearly committed crimes in the Epstein files. I think it looks really bad on the United States that they're not doing the same here to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Howard Lutnick was called out in Congress for his lies, and just nobody cared. Trump was asked if he was going to do anything about it. He said no, he didn't really care. I mean, it's ridiculous that nobody's going to be held accountable here for what they've done.
I mean, I think I don't think Trump's going to be held accountable because I think he's not going to
live through office.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to think of a possibly not YouTube-y sensory way to put that, but yeah. And,
I mean, he's old, is what I'm saying.
I'm
not making a threat.
Yeah, the dude's almost 80. Come on.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But the thing is I think everybody else is going to be held responsible, if not by clearly not by this administration. This stuff is definitely going to
there's this
some of them in the ass. So.
There's this narrative, and Democrats are propagating this narrative too, that that they released 3 million files and they still have 3 million files. There's way more than 3 million files left. Way more than 3 million files. That there's the estimate is something like there's 110 million files. They haven't released nearly all the stuff. And if they're releasing this stuff and it's this bad, has all the crazy stuff in it does, imagine the stuff that they're holding back. or that they've already, disappeared. They've definitely destroyed evidence to protect Trump.
Yeah.
But
they absolutely have. And it's just like, I mean, so some of the people who are protecting Trump who aren't in the files, like, I'm having a really hard time seeing why they're doing it.
right.
Because
Well,
this
I
should
think
be like a visceral. This should be like a visceral, like, you do not protect pedophiles. Like, you just don't do it.
Well,
And
Trump has almost taken Jeffrey Epstein's place here, because what he has is he has these files that implicate people in all these crimes. He has the dirt now. And you're in my administration, you're going to be loyal and do what I say, or the Department of Justice may just release this information about you. And see, Howard Lutnick, we do have some shit on you. You want me to release the rest of it?
Yeah.
You're going to do exactly as we say. The
yeah.
But I don't think Trump is necessarily the mastermind of anything. Maybe like I don't know, KFC. I don't know,
Yeah.
but the but Trump and his administration, the Republican Party in general, is very aware that when Democrats take power, they're in deep shit. That a whole lot of bad stuff's going to come out, and there's a whole lot of people going to lose their job, and there's going to be several people go to prison just as soon as
Yeah.
that the Democrats have some power. And that leads us right into our next clip of elections.
According to documents reviewed by MS Now, the Department of Homeland Security's Chief Investigations Arm this week launched a broader nationwide campaign to investigate and prosecute naturalized citizens who may have improperly voted in past elections before they became citizens. This is a plan ordered by the White House. As part of its investigation, MS Now has also learned that senior DHS and Justice Department appointees have held a series of meetings to discuss sending law enforcement to polling places to, quote, secure elections. Law enforcement agents tell MS Now.
Right. So that's important. They want to send the military and the Department of Homeland Security to polling places with, I imagine masked goons, to intimidate people.
And one thing that is like basically paired. So there's two ways you win elections. You have better ideas than the other guys, usually, or you decrease the number of people voting and or decrease the number of people who are voting against you. And everybody, almost every group, is increasingly saying no, we're not voting for Trump. And that includes naturalized citizens. And it's just the easiest way for them to the easiest way for them to get more votes is just to cancel the votes of the people who aren't going to vote for them anyway.
Yeah, right.
And
well,
this shit is fucking scary that they're trying to do this, because if somebody will look at this and say, well, it's naturalized citizens, it's not going to be me. No, they're coming after you too. It's just a matter of time.
In the last decade, there's been 24 examples of naturalized citizens who voted incorrectly that may have been fraud. And if you took all of the naturalized citizens that have voted in the elections for the last 10 years and had added all of those votes to any one election, it wouldn't be enough to change the outcome. That's how few of a number of people we're talking about, because the naturalized citizen thing isn't the point. I mean, it is. They obviously are xenophobes and racists, and they want to arrest naturalized citizens, anybody who's brown. But the point is they want to send armed goons to the polling places to scare the shit out of people and prevent people from voting, because when people vote, they lose.
Yeah. And I can say, for me, they're gonna have to fucking drag me out of there because I'm fucking voting. I'm sorry, you're going to have to drag my ass out of there.
I
And
mean,
you better believe I'll fight back.
in Kentucky, people with guns aren't scary. They're everywhere. I mean, that's like normal.
Yeah,
So
Texas.
yeah, you're in Texas, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got 2 or 3 guns, like on them.
Yeah.
I know people who carry 3 guns everywhere they go, you know. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
but I get it. Like, I know somebody who is, I know somebody who like is who usually votes Democrat, but they're just like, yeah, I'm scared, and I'm like, I am sitting there, I'm like, you are a U.S. born citizen, like, why? And he's like, well, it's just one vote, and I'm like, I don't care if it's just one vote, like, get out there and do it, because if enough people sit there and be like, well, I guess I'll just sit this one out, that gives them the advantage they need.
Lil, I gotta step away for just a second. I'm gonna
Okay.
let this video play, and then at the end you could just do the thing. You've got control of everything anyway, so you can handle
Okay.
it. I'll just
Yeah,
be gone
it's
for
like,
like 30 seconds. Be
okay,
right
yeah,
back.
go. Okay. And
Now, they worry the administration's true goal is to intimidate voters from showing up in future elections. 2 current and former DHS officials told MS Now they have never heard of an initiative like this being run by the department ever before, calling it not normal.
Yeah.
According to documents reviewed.
Oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. And I don't quote me on the exact numbers, but if I remember correctly, and this is from the freaking Heritage Foundation of all people, I want to say it's from like 1982 to like, I want to say it was 2012 or 2016. They found something like 99 cases of people who were of questionable citizenship voting. 99. Like, tell me any national election that 99 votes would have made any sort of difference. It just wouldn't. So yeah, I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to intimidate the ever loving shit out of voters. They're trying to send ICE out to intimidate voters, not because they're looking for illegal, they're looking for like undocumented people, but because they're trying to scare the shit out of citizens, because we know they've shot citizens and killed citizens before. Like, that's just a thing they do. So, you're muted.
Yes, I concur. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure
You would agree.
I'm sure I agree. I don't know what you said, but I'm sure it was right. But yeah, Trump obviously wants to attack the vote. He wants to, this kind of lumps together with the other things we've talked about. We have Doug Wilson, who is very involved with the government now, who says that women shouldn't be allowed to vote at all. Women were, especially black women, were the biggest group per capita that voted against Trump. So then he wants to put armed masked goons at polling places to scare the shit out of anybody brown from voting, because brown people don't vote for Trump. Of many different races. We did have some problems with the Latino crowd in the last election, because they thought, well, he means only the bad ones, only the criminals, only this, because Trump lied. And that's why his disapproval rating is so high when it comes to immigration and the border, because he lied about all of it. So all of these things kind of tie back together into each other. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know if I want to talk about that one. I don't know if I want to pull up the DeSantis thing or not. Let's do it just because it's Kentucky stuff, I guess. So, Ron DeSantis is a weird man. He was in Kentucky and talking to the Kentucky House lawmakers, as it says there. And so this is a really boring topic, everyone, but it's important. So stick with me here for a minute. DeSantis is there talking with Kentucky about having a bill in the federal government that requires a balanced budget. Whenever they do the budget, they need to not be operating purposely on a deficit, because every budget they make is always increasing the deficit by trillions of dollars. So we're going to listen to, there's only a couple minutes of this, and I'll probably stop it at some point. But we're going to listen to a minute of this because it's, Kentucky political news.
It's great to be back in Kentucky. So this is the third time I've been here in the last 13 months. I was here for my first Kentucky Derby last year, which was quite an experience in Florida.
Major hub of child trafficking.
We have a lot of synergy with Kentucky, with the horse industry. It's a big thing in our state. It's obviously a big thing here. So there were a lot of mutual friends. And then I was also at January of 2025, Rupp Arena, Kentucky versus Florida basketball. And I think
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, can we skip over this part?
I did, in fact, skip over that part.
The first Republican president was born in Kentucky, and then when he became president, Abraham Lincoln famously said during the Civil War that he hoped to have God on his side, but he must have Kentucky on his side.
Yeah, so
holy shit! Stop bringing up Abraham Lincoln, because you guys are the fucking complete opposite. Stop doing
Abraham Lincoln may have identified as a Republican then, but he's left of the Democratic Party now. I mean,
oh yeah. It's one of those things that it's just it's fucking bonkers that the only reason they sit there and they wave around fucking Lincoln is because he was the first one. And holy shit, guys, do you realize how appalled he would be with you guys? Of course they don't.
Yeah, Lincoln. If they want to compare themselves to Lincoln, then they should start acting like Lincoln. I would be all for that. If the Republican Party wants to start behaving like Lincoln did and promoting the things that Lincoln did, I will be a Republican for you. But we'll have snowball fights in imaginary hell before that happens. The Ron DeSantis also questionable things with underage children. Let's go ahead and point that out, because seems to be a thing with everybody who's in the federal government. But and I know Ron DeSantis isn't in the federal government; he's governor of Florida. But he was trying to run for president until he licked his lips, and everybody hated him.
The one thing though about him running for office that I just have to point out, if nobody's ever sat there and actually watched him, the dude is so fucking awkward. To a degree that it surprises me that he was ever even considered a potential successor to Trump. The dude's so fucking awkward. It's just it's almost painful to watch anything with him in it. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just checking my bot real quick, because
I think you have to do it lowercase.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, well.
No, it worked. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was... Let me see if this one still works. I've had some problems with this as well. I'm doing this.
Oh, nice. It does show up in my chat. Well, the exclamation point, whatever, shows up in my chat, but I don't think there's... Yeah, it shows me chatting that with nothing underneath it, so it always looks a little funny.
It posted on Facebook too, actually.
Nice.
But anyway, so yeah, Ron DeSantis is full of shit. Let's get into the political part of it.
And I kind of feel much different context, but that's what we need if we want to fix the nation's fiscal trajectory. We need the states to step up and do their constitutional role, and Kentucky absolutely has got to be a part of that. I mean, you've seen the numbers. We're $38+ trillion, and it is escalating very quickly every day. We now spend more on interest on our national debt just to service the debt than we do on national defense. And those numbers are going to escalate as some of these bonds have to be refinanced in the future. You go back to the
All right, so all of a sudden, Republicans are giving a shit about debt. So they always pretend to do this. Let's put this up. So what this chart shows, and it has Biden and Obama labeled in the wrong place. They should be switched because that big jump was from Biden, not Obama. This shows the debt that was incurred between each president, and obviously it keeps jumping up. This only goes up to Trump's first term, though. Let me point this out. What Trump has done and what Congress has done with the big beautiful bill, the line that would be on there for what they're doing to the debt would be double the size of that top line. Actually, more than double the size. The things they have done with the big beautiful bullshit bill is going to create close to $70 trillion in debt when it's all said and done. So to come and say we need to have a balanced budget and stuff because they know they're getting ready to lose power of these of the House and possibly the Senate, I think they're going to lose both by a lot, but whatever. Now all of a sudden it's back to we're fiscal conservatives and we care about the debt. Whenever we just passed the big beautiful bullshit bill, which will explode the debt more than any other thing ever done in the history of this country. So it's funny that they want to talk about that now and they give a shit about it now. All right. That's all I got for clips, Lil.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week, but there's more stuff coming up. Like the State of the Union is on Tuesday. Yeah, it's on Tuesday.
Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, but just FYI, Midas Touch is doing like an alternative thing to boycott it, which I'm half tempted to do. But like, I'll catch the highlight reels from someone. There's no way
I'll
I'm
end up
watching that
having
thing
to
live.
listen to. I'll have to end up listening to Trump try to blow himself for 4 hours to get like 2 minutes of clips out of it where he actually talks about anything relevant to the country other than I'm the greatest president that's ever lived, and I wasn't on the island, and I'm the best, and they said, sir, you've been the best president in history. It's just going to be a bunch of that, and we've done great with the military, and our country was dead. You had a dead country, and now it's hot, and it's going to be. I've got trillions of dollars from tariffs that he's promised to use to pay everything under the sun, which is all bullshit. None of it exists. It's all a big fucking lie. The only money Trump has accumulated has went straight in his pockets, violating the emoluments clause in the Constitution. Our president is a criminal, and the administration is full of criminals and pedophiles, and our government is tyrannical. And I mean, the Constitution says what to do about that, but
yeah, I mean, this is the thing that infuriates me more than anything else is because the one thing that was apparently impossible for the founding fathers to comprehend is that one or more of the other branches of government would just completely give up their power. and just hand it off to the executive branch like they have. And yeah, I mean, this is by far the most criminal and the most horrific like administration that we've ever had. I mean, I don't
It's an
think.
organized crime syndicate. I mean, they they're covering for each other. They're all involved in the same cover ups, and they're all in the Epstein files. Or like Pete Hegseth, I haven't seen in the Epstein files, but also has a cover up of sexual assault. Like the it's it's there's too much of it for it to be a coincidence, right? I mean, it's not a coincidence that you had all of these pedophiles come together in one place. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the if you got a question for me, Joseph, just send it in a super chat. I'll answer it. The uh, the it's it can't be a coincidence that all of these people are in one place and they are covering for each other and they're all implicated and they were all involved with international human trafficking ring and pedophilia. And even if you want to say, which everybody says, well, Trump isn't implicated in doing anything illegal, but he is.
No.
There's sworn statements that say that he sexually assaulted underage girls. There's
Yeah.
sworn statements. They were using Mar-a-Lago to traffic these girls from. You can't argue that Trump didn't know about that. Like,
No.
and in fact, Trump kind of screwed himself by going on about, oh, our girl from the spa that they took or whatever.
Yeah.
That
I
shows
mean,
that he was micromanaging and did know it was
yeah.
going on.
Yeah, and he did. And on top of that, it's pretty damn clear that he was trafficking girls from Mar-a-Lago straight to Epstein. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there was no that the whole like thing that he said years ago of like, oh, I kicked him out of the club. No, you didn't kick him out of the club because he was never a fucking member. Like,
Yeah.
you never did. Like, it's just
Yeah. No, there's things in the files showing that Trump was involved with Jeffrey Epstein into his first administration. So, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, it's just like it's.
Well, we did get a
It's
super
just
chat from Robin.
it's.
Robin sent in a $2 super chat. Who is providing this service now that Epstein's gone? I think Trump's probably in there. I think it's a little more decentralized now, but I think Trump is doing a lot of the at least the blackmailing and stuff of other nations. Because and thank you, Robin, for the $2 super chat. I want to point out that this thing with Andrew, uh, former Prince Andrew, is it's interesting because who else do we know that recently took a bunch of classified documents from their government and took them to a place where international sex trafficking was going on and people were being blackmailed? Like, why were all those documents there? Specifically documents about Iran and North Korea and Russia and
nuclear secrets.
Yeah, placement of our submarines, which he sold some of this stuff. It's documented that he sold it to a billionaire from Australia. Information about our nuclear subs, like he committed lots of crimes doing that. But whenever again, there is this like, and I hate to be all conspiratorial, but there's like this shadow government of billionaires that are running the world.
Yeah,
And
it's something that's it's something that's been kind of in some way amusing to me. Is like the right has been screaming about bullshit like this. I mean, like the far right has been screaming
they're
about
making the
bullshit like
freaking
this
frogs
for
gay.
years. Exactly. But here's the thing. It's their fucking side doing it.
Hey, that was a pretty good Alex Jones impression, if I say so myself. That was
Yeah, it was.
It was hey, believe it or not, I used to be an Alex Jones fan. So I was never a right winger. Don't misunderstand me, but Alex Jones back at the time that he got involved with the 9/11 Truth movement.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I believed in a lot of 9/11 conspiracy stuff, and but I mean that was the information I was being given at the time. I was in college, and like uh, my political science class was the book was called Democracy for the Few, and so I was very much like anti-government at the time, and whenever this conspiracy that the government was very much involved in these things was very appealing to me, and
Yeah.
I have my ability to reason and think logically has improved a lot since then, and to be an actual skeptic. Like at that time I wasn't a believer, but I wouldn't have called myself a skeptic either. I just had dropped my God belief. But the way that I approach claims like that now is quite different. So yeah. But yeah, I used to believe in Alex Jones. Anyway, that's a big tangent about nothing. Let's go look at our poll and see how it's doing real quick, and see if we can get some more people to vote in our poll. I want to see 30 votes on this poll. All right. So, do you think the DOJ has violated the Epstein Files Transparency Act? You can vote in the chat with hashtag capital A for yes, hashtag capital B for no, and hashtag capital C. The Dow is above 50K.
Once again, the one I think that should win does not. Or the one at least I find the most amusing.
Yeah. Here, I got you. Whoa. I'll vote for me and you both.
I'm absolutely determined to come up with one of these one day that the one that I think should win does.
Yeah.
Without the triple voting.
Yeah, I don't think it recorded my vote twice, actually.
No, well, I don't know. It might have.
Get those votes. We're almost there, folks. We need 13 more. All right. We'll check it again.
I just like the cheeky ass answer.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the point in these. That's the only reason. I don't make them unless I can make them like smart ass things. That's the whole purpose.
Yeah, you can ask pretty much anybody that knows me. I am a complete smart ass most of the time.
Yeah, like I like to interact with the audience. I don't often ask people to send super chats, or like I don't do a lot of shilling for money for the channel. Like occasionally things happen, and those of you that follow me elsewhere know that like I may post something saying, "Hey, I need somebody to help me. I need some fucking money." Like that happens, and so I don't really do a lot of that here. But the polls are a way that I can get people to interact and in that way. So it's I like having fun with it. I like that they're funny, and I could make serious polls, but I don't think anybody would want to vote.
What's the fun in that? I mean, like half of this. I mean, it's one of those things. Like we have a lot of fun doing this show, but a lot of what we talk about is just serious by the sheer nature of it. Like, yeah, our democracy's gone. Like, there's not just a whole lot funny in that. So if we can find the cheeky shit, then hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I am going to be inserting a little clip that tells people to like and subscribe and about the memberships and all that, like as like a kind of not a commercial, not a full length thing, just a little clip that I can play, so I don't have to remember to say it during the streams. But yeah, the polls though are like I can put them out all week long, and people can vote on them all week, and then at the end of a week, it's a fun thing to look at and see if people vote for the the smart ass answer or not, which they do usually. In this one though, it was a direct question of did they violate the Epstein Transparency Act, and obviously they did, but I don't think anybody really disagrees that they violated the law there.
No.
Except for Joseph. Joseph probably disagrees. But he
Yeah.
also thinks that people rode dinosaurs with saddles, so who gives a shit? I'm just
That's
messing with
just
you.
like I remember when I first learned about that, and I was like, "That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard." Like even when like I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, so I was taught in church that there were dinosaurs on the ark. That was like, you know, Noah got two of, well, we'll say two, but we know there's more to that number, right? That there was like seven of some and
Yeah,
all that
I
shit. But like,
mean,
he
like
got two of every animal though, including the dinosaurs, because it was every animal that was created.
yeah.
And but the funny thing, and sorry to get into religious talk here, guys, but this is an atheist channel. If you don't like it, fuck off, I guess. Um, the funny thing is that the creationist crowd spends so much time like arguing against evolution. What's up, Jess? Good to see you.
Hey.
Um, they spend so much time arguing against evolution, but they actually believe evolution the whole time. Like it's time that they have a problem with, and
Yeah,
and they believe that evolution took place in a short period of time, 4,000 years ago. Like that everything evolved into everything we see now over a couple thousand years, and all these other things went extinct in that time too. Like they believe all of evolution happened in a short period of time, which you would think that they would look at that picture and say, all of this stuff couldn't happen in that amount of time, and understand that the earth can't be 6,000 years old just based on that.
yeah.
Never mind, we have geology and cosmology and paleontology and radiology and biology, and there's some hundreds of branches of science that would have to be destroyed in order for their position to be correct. And science, it's not just the evolution thing, because evolution is part of a model that describes our natural world, and evolution works in that model, has explanatory power, and is used to make novel testable predictions. If you take evolution out of that, you destroy several other branches of science at the same time that all rely on evolution. You're not just denying evolution, you're denying biology and anatomy and all those other things I just listed, plus 130 some others.
Yeah, I do not understand how.
I'm gonna have to
Like
do
it's one
do an
it's
atheist
one of
stream,
those
ain't
things.
I?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like they believe in all this like stupid ass like anti evolution shit. Yet the second that they find out like they're sick or they have cancer or some shit, they will immediately go to the doctor. What the
Yeah.
fuck do you think that medicine's based on?
Is space infinitely divisible? We can't answer the question, but we know the facts, I suppose. You know what? Maybe I should because I had this interaction, and I'm going to name drop somebody here, but I want you to understand I'm not talking down on this person. So Austin Sims posted a thing on Facebook the other day in one of the atheist versus theist groups that I follow, and he said the evolution creationism debate comes down to evidence, and one of these things is supported by evidence and the Bible isn't, and I think that's completely wrong. I think you're missing the point of what the whole thing is when you say that. And if you go and you challenge a creationist to a debate based on evidence, first of all, you've let them successfully shift the burden of proof onto you, to where you're defending facts now against bullshit.
Yeah.
And but second, and more importantly, those facts, and by the way, Austin has done great in debates. This is just what he said. It's not, I'm not criticizing Austin's debates. He's done debates and done very well. But if you think simply having the facts on your side is what you need for a debate, you need to not do debates.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't do debates, honestly. I suck at
I
them,
mean,
but
like, yeah, this is one reason why I don't, because like I do not want to sit there and have to get into the nitty-gritty of like the science and stuff, and then have them turn around and say, well, yeah, okay, so forget that, but what about this thing? And it's like they keep moving the goalpost,
it's
and it's
yeah.
like, I don't have fucking time for that. Like, I got better
If
shit to do with my time.
if you can't explain evolution to me, which has been explained to me 1,000 times, and origin of life sciences and cosmology and geology and paleontology and hydrodynamics, if you can explain all of these things to me successfully, then my position is by default the answer. That's how
Yeah.
creationists debate. That's why they don't want to talk about their actual position. They want to attack science.
And
And
the thing
that's a
is
silly debate thing to do. Having the
and what
facts on your side so you can't argue with them is a good thing, but you're missing the point if you think that's all you
yeah.
need.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the thing that I've never been able, like, I get that they do this, but I've never been able to understand how they can,
yeah.
is you can say I don't know. Like, that
Yeah.
is a valid freaking answer.
No, I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
Don't pretend to know things you don't know. And also, guys, if you do not have a good understanding of how logical fallacies work, don't use them because you sound
Mhm.
stupid. Uh,
Yeah.
the I think maybe I should do a thing like maybe even a series of shows where I talk about. I'm not an authority on debating people or anything. I'm not pretending to be that. What I'm trying to say is though is that like understand how not just to use logical fallacies to argue with your opponent, but how to use logical fallacies in order to make sure that you're making the best argument possible and you're being effective, because
Yeah.
debates aren't about being right, they're about being effective, and that's the most
Yeah.
important thing you need to realize. They're not about who's right. That doesn't matter. Atheists go and debate Hovind all the time and look stupid doing it because Hovind runs all over them, because he sets an imagination and does all this other shit that he does, because Lil's always correct. Yeah.
I actually have a shirt that says uh something along the lines of like, because Lilith is always right. My son got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, I guess your flying monkey shirt didn't come in today, did it?
No, it didn't. No, it comes in
So,
tomorrow.
so if you guys look down in the description there, my merch store has a bunch of new stuff. It should actually show above the chat. There should be pictures of it now. But I've designed some coffee mugs and hats and things with flying monkeys on it, with the flying monkey emoji that you can get if you're a member. Um, it's like 99 cents to be a member for a month. I think that's a good deal. But anyway, I have new merch and stuff over there. There's also a Politicality shirt. The thumbnail that we use for Politicality with Lil and I on it is on there. So
Oh, I would get that one, but I think it would be kind of weird to have a shirt with my face on it.
yeah. Average Joe, it's not about proving Hovind wrong. It's about making Hovind say the silliest things you can make him say. Now, Joseph will tell you that Hovind smoked me in a debate. But anybody that watches that debate realizes that I made Hovind say a bunch of stupid shit about science isn't what you can see, but the Loch Ness monster is science, and you know, got a bobblehead? I'll buy one. I don't have bobbleheads. I got some cool trucker hats that have a flying monkey on it, though. If you want one of those, but yeah. Yeah. What maybe
Speaking
that's how I need to promote my memberships. Become a flying monkey. Join the flying monkey cult, and yeah. But no, I put that on there because it's an event we all remember, and it's the thing that brought Lil and I together to do this show, and it's it's like
Yeah.
it's one of those milestones bump in the road of being a content creator in this space. And I think it's funny I think the whole thing is funny, honestly. Um, not the alleged events, but how it was handled by a certain crowd of people, that they went to threatening people and just Jay came on here and made a complete fucking fool of himself, and um 20 months of membership for Jess. Jess, you're more than a member,
Damn.
bro. Like, um, Jess is more than a member. Jess is a contributor. Jess is
Oh, very much so.
Jess is a big part of this channel.
Hey, I just had a stream with her yesterday, and it was awesome. So
Yeah, I love Jess to go. So I'm going to close out this poll, and then we're going to talk about something else real quick.
although I do
All
want to
right.
say on Ken Hovind, I had just watched on Ambush Apostate, like some of his content on when he called Ken Hovind, and it is hilarious. Go check it out. It's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. I've seen Seth does good with Hovind. Seth grew up in that stuff though, so it's easy for. Well, I did too, but the it's Hovind. The only so the way to deal with Hovind's unique in all this. Hovind is unique and Donnie is unique. Because Donnie actually uses science. It's quote mine science, and you have to go find the things that he's lying about in order to catch him up in it. That's how you deal with Donnie. Hovind, on the other hand, is the thing to do with Hovind is make him admit silly stuff. Okay, Hovind, evolution's false, but isn't what you believe that actually everything evolved in like 1,000 years, and so you really do believe in evolution? And then he goes, yes, I believe the Bible, and I believe that, blah 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 blah, and I need to work on my Hovind impression some, but maybe I ought to do a whole show where I pretend to be Hovind. That should have been the chat goal. $20 in super chats, and I'll sing a song in the voice of Hovind.
Dr. Josh Bowen has a hilarious one.
Josh Bowen has the best. Has by far the best Hovind impression.
I don't know about that. I'm a little biased. I kind of like Seth's.
Oh, shut up!
Oh,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
What am I gonna do about it? But I'm a little biased, so.
All right, so this will be the thumbnail for next week's Politicality. We still have a show Sunday before this, but next Thursday, Aaron Raw is going to join us for a talk about politics, which will be a bit of a different thing with Aaron. I know Aaron talks politics over on his channel, but every time people invite him on, they always want to talk about, creationism and all this stuff. And we will probably hit on a few things related to creationism, I imagine, but probably things that tie into politics as well. I've got a few things that I want him to comment on and explain. So this show will be kind of tailored to Aaron Raw, to purposely talk about things that I know that he will have a really good take on. So come over next week and let me name drop one more time. Aaron Raw will be on with us, and we'll have a good time. Aaron is I used to be like a super fanboy of Aaron. Some things happened or whatever, and I was kind of disappointed in him for a little bit and whatever, but I still don't deny what he has contributed to the atheist community, and he's spent years fighting against this, and he is an expert in his field now, and does a great job. And so Aaron was actually I had Aaron on right before Robin and I originally started doing Politicality, and Aaron had said, like, I think we're going to be shifting into talking about political stuff because of certain things that are going on. But the but I look forward to hanging out with Arn. Every time I've talked to Arn, it's been a great conversation, and he seemed really excited to come do it. Like usually, if you try to book a show with Arn, you're like 2 months out and whatever. And when I told him it was a political show, he said, "Surely, I'll do it. Just give me a date." And so, and he answered right back and said yes to this. So, I got him on with a week's notice. That's pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, done name dropping for a minute here. I always feel like an asshole when I do that. Like whenever I have a big guest on and I go on about him coming, I don't know. I'm always iffy about doing anything on here other than like the goals that I've set out to do here. Like anytime I come on here and start telling people like to spend money or come watch or I've got this big person on, I always feel like I'm doing something wrong by doing that, and I don't like doing it. But that's why I'm going to make the clip is so that it's already done and I don't have to like. I always feel cringy as fuck when I do it, like because I feel like it's
like I'll do it. Like, subscribe, and comment, people. Please do.
Yeah.
It helps out.
Yeah. All right. So let's go close this thing out here. All right. Looks like we made it to 21 votes, and it's a close one, isn't it? 11 votes for yes.
Almost.
And 10 votes for the Dow is above 50K. I guess both of those can be right, can't they?
Yeah.
But
I guess.
I appreciate everybody that's voted in the poll. I'll put up another one here in the next couple days and share it to my Discord. So if you're not on my Discord, go over there and join. There's a link in the chat. There's a link in the description, and there's a link on my channel. I'm sure you can find it. But yeah, I like doing these polls. They're a lot of fun, and we get to get to interact with you guys a little bit more than usual. I guess you've probably noticed by now, guys, that I have removed the on-screen chat from this, and it's just because.
Yeah.
First of all, it was taking up space on the screen and making things seem kind of cluttered and whatever. And second, like I don't. Whenever we're talking political stuff, sometimes people with bad ideas say some crazy shit in chat, and I don't want that memorialized on screen, So we took it off, and we have a lot of guests and stuff, and if you if you want to get my attention, there's ways to do that. You can tag me. You don't have to super chat. You super chat, I'll see it for sure because it pops up on the screen. But tag me or whatever, and I'll most likely see your thing and respond to your comments. We're still looking for more guests to come do Politicality with us. So if you're interested in doing that, you can reach out to me, the Kentucky Atheist at Gmail. I'm getting ready to have we're getting ready to have email addresses, Lil and Joe at Politicality.
Nice.
But I'm working on it. Give me a minute. But yeah, the Kentucky Atheist on Gmail, or you can reach out even if you're watching on Lil's channel, send Lil a message and we'll make it happen. Lil can.
I am.
Lil has just as much control over this as I do. I just tend to run things, like the way that Doug Wilson would want it.
Don't take that. I'll be taking over total control of it.
I'm joking. I think Doug Wilson's a piece of shit. Everybody does, but everybody in this community anyway. Yeah. So we've got lots more stuff coming up. We'll be back Sunday. We'll probably do something Wednesday. We'll still do next Thursday with Arn, of course, but we may do something Wednesday to cover some of the stuff in the State of the Union address. Because I don't really want to have Arn just watching clips of Donald Trump, unless it's really bad. I mean,
it's like it's rage-inducing enough for us, so we don't want to subject other people to that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, maybe if he strokes out at the podium, or has like a brain fart and goes on a racist tirade or something, we may save that for the show with Arn. But yeah. Otherwise, we'll have stuff to talk about, and we'll be here Sunday. Sunday we'll probably do like half a show talking about things and half a show open panel. Nobody ever joins, but we'll do it that way anyway. And if not, we'll sit and talk to each other, Lil.
Yeah, why not?
That's what we ought to just do, a show where you just sit here and talk to each other about things, because
yeah, which will probably end up with all the craziness that's going on. So
from your lips to God's ears, Joe. I like that. Sunday is a good day. Yeah, that's why. So, for now, Thursday and Sunday, we're going to continue doing shows at 1 p.m. Eastern on those days. We may, if there becomes some reason to change things in the future. Also, we're streaming over on Facebook now. I've seen the ticker. Just click over to one there. What's up over on Facebook? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Ember just said hi over there.
Actually, last week, and the reason I said last week that I may not continue to stream to Facebook, but whenever I went over to my Facebook, people were like, "Hey, I found you on Facebook Live," and all this stuff. So there are people that find our show over there and interested in Kentucky, Texas, atheist, secular look at bullshit. And
although people don't know I'm from Texas unless I say something, because apparently I don't have a Texas accent. I don't know why, but apparently I don't.
Can you give us a good "damn it, Bobby"?
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Although you should hear my oldest son's accent is one of the thickest Texas accents I've ever heard. So I give him crap about it all the time.
That's got to be fun. My Kentucky accent is very noticeable until you hear someone like Robin or my girlfriend speak, and then you're like, "Damn, those people are country." Mine's pretty bad, but there's a lot worse than mine. You can usually understand what I say as long as I don't get to talking too fast. We start getting y'all and yins and cricks and yonders in there,
I can understand you fine.
Yeah. But, all right. So,
all right.
Anything else from you, Lil?
No.
Anything else from you, Chat? Chat, you got anything to say?
Oh, don't start that. We'll never be out of here.
Joseph, you wanna tell me how I'm bad at thinking again? I'm just joking. I'm not joking. But anyway, bye.
Right, later.
It's supposed to play the outro. I don't know why it's not.